Abneesh, QSR, you had a little bit of action on the likes of Zomato, which hit a record high on Friday. You have a listing coming up from Swiggy anytime soon. How are you viewing the QSR space as whole? And also, quick word on retail, if I can get that. And I know I'm being greedy, but anything on Titan versus Kalyan Jewels? Kalyan's got a bunch of brokerage buy calls that have come in this morning.
Sure. So on the retail and discretionary space, definitely we are bit more selective. So we continue to like the more expensive names like Trent, because there again the growth metrics will be much stronger than the sector average. We also like VMart. The quarter update was quite decent in my view, and coming back of the double-digit SSG is a positive, and the rural recovery and the budget should also help because it is more focused on UP Bihar kind of market. On the QSRs, yes, my sense is the recovery will start from Q3. In Q1, again, we have seen that because of the severe heat wave, especially in-store dining has been weak for most of the QSRs. There clearly Jubilant Foods and RBA and Sapphire and Devyani all are still well below their 52-week high. But our sense is Jubilant Foods is clearly gaining market share in the Domino's with free delivery in most of the days. They are also growing much faster than Pizza Hut. So they could see more recovery in the coming quarters. Coming to jewelry, if you see clearly Titan, we expect weaker numbers to continue even in Q2. So Q1 at 9% growth was weak in the jewelry business. But even in Q2, the base margins are much higher. And Kalyan is growing much faster because of the much higher franchisee route which they have, plus the smaller base also. So overall competitive intensity in that space, jewelry space, is quite high because gold prices have moved up. So the local jewelers are able to offer more discounts. But within the organized also, Titan clearly with the higher base, and because it has more indexation to the studded diamond, it is facing near-term headwinds in terms of slower growth. Of course, long-term, the risk of the lab-grown diamond remains. With almost 1/3 of the business in jewelry coming from diamonds, Titan has that higher risk. So we will be underweight on Titan from near-term perspective. So we'll prefer Trent and maybe some of the QSR in that space plus VMart. But as of now, Titan remains underweight for us.
Right, Vipul, we're also the thick of the earnings season now, as we see, with 36% of Nifty companies reporting earnings this week. A quick one, what are you expecting from the earnings season? A more holistic view just beyond the budget, because I think that's also what's going to be significant in terms of market movement.
So, sector specific, I think where we see valuation comfort, you rightly pointed out, is, and most of the sectors are now I think recovering is technology is where there is valuation comfort. Where there'll be growth, traction, and it'll continue is in capital goods, infrastructure. I think the budget will give us more clarity on the capex, so that is where it'll continue. Autos is where we'll see growth continuing. Where there is valuation comfort is technology, FMCG, where there is valuation comfort. But market is a discounting machine. Market has already discounted more or less the earnings. I think this is something which is where we need to cherry pick on individual businesses rather than picking on a holistic basket approach. But this is something where we look at. I think financials look interesting in terms of valuation, but I think in financials the focus will be more towards non-lending side of financials and less towards lending, because in the non-lending side of businesses, which is the AMCs, the asset management companies and the wealth management companies, are seeing a lot of traction, and that is where the focus would be. So overall, expecting a stronger growth overall at a market level. Valuations might look expensive, but someone is willing to take a 1 year forward view or a 1.5 year forward view. I think markets are not extremely overvalued. Markets are fairly valued.
Right. Vipul, thank you very much. Abneesh, always a pleasure to have you on the channel. We'll hopefully connect with both of you on earnings soon. With that, we're completely out of time. Thanks for watching. There's a lot more programming on the other side, so keep it with the channel.